What's up guys, it's me again, CrushedPixel. Many of you wanted a video in which I explain how to give items with custom NBT data to players using command blocks, and in this video I'm going to go in very detail explaining how to do it, and what I'm going to give myself will be a leather tunic with a name, a lore, which means the subtitle, some enchantments, a custom color, and a custom durability, and some attribute modifiers. So this is really everything that you can do using the technique to add custom NBT data. And what I'm doing first is removing all of these tunics and then giving myself one of these leather tunics. I'm in snapshot 13W37B, so once I hover over this text, I can see what it just gave to me. And this is just a very basic leather tunic, and this is the command like it was possible before in Minecraft 1.6. Without any custom NBT data, it just gives a 299, which is a leather tunic, like this. Okay, the next one, I add some, I want to have it like only at half of the damage, so it's not like a full new crafted leather tunic. So I give it some damage, a damage value of 40. To know how much damage leather tunic can have, you should toggle the H and F3 mode. If you click H and F3 at the same moment, it gets toggled, and you see the durability and the item ID of an item. So I made it 40. If I make it 45, it will actually have less durability. Okay. So this was possible in 1.62, and now we get to something custom. The name of the tunic. So this is the same like before, but it's not called leather tunic but worn tunic. So how to do this? It's pretty simple. You just open up a tag compound, which is represented by these brackets, the curly brackets, and yeah. And you open this up, then you write display, a colon, yes, I learned that word, and then you open another tag compound and write inside of there the name, and then you write name, and then worn tunic. You should actually have it. Sorry. This was my mail. You'll get it in these quotation signs to make sure that it's a string, like this. This would be better, but this is the code to add a custom name. Okay, so next what we want to do is we add the color, and this is something a bit more complicated. In the display tag you add, like you added the name, a color, and then the color code therefore is a decimal number. And if you want to know which decimal number is red, like in our case, or whatever you want, you just visit the website html-color-codes.info. I put the link in the description, and click some color and get the hexadecimal number out of it. Then you visit a hexadecimal to decimal converter. The link is in the description too. And convert it from hexadecimal to decimal, and this number is going to be inputted here. Okay, so you just add the color tag to the display tag, and it gets red. Yes, that's what we want. Now we want to add a lore. This is as simple as everything else. You just add a list inside of the tag compound called display. Like we're still here in the display tag, and what you write then, a list is represented by these edgy brackets. And then inside of that list you put multiple strings separated by a comma. And the strings are represented by quotation signs too. So worn by an old is the first line, then you write a comma, and then the next line is warrior in many wars, and you can just repeat this as often as you want. For example, if you write just some random number here, gets added to the next line, and so on. You can't actually change the color of the text, like for the display name text or for the lore. This is not possible using the command blocks, but it would be possible using some external MBT editors and some color codes. Okay, so now you have the worn tunic with the durability, the color, and the lore. Next we're going to add some enchantments, which is pretty simple as always. First you close the display tag again. You see here it gets opened, that's everything inside, and then it gets closed again here, and then you write comma and ench for enchantment. Enchantment is a list again, and you can have as many enchantments in this list as you want. Every enchantment is a tag compound without a name, so inside of this tag compound we have the ID. You can look at Minecraft wiki for the enchantment IDs, and then the level, which is just a level, and you can have as many of them inside of the list as you want. Yes, just look at Minecraft wiki for enchantment IDs. Okay, and this is how you add enchantments. You have to close the list again, don't forget it. If there is any syntax error, it's not going to work. Just giving this to myself. Protection, fire protection. ID 0 is actually protection, and fire protection is ID 1. Yes. Okay, and the final one is the most complicated. It's really complicated. It's the one that adds the attribute modifiers to the tunic. And yeah, you see this is pretty heavy. Attribute modifiers, you just add attribute modifiers after the enchantment, and then you open another list, because attribute modifiers is a list. You can have as many of them as you want, as always. And inside of this list there are tag compounds, as we already know it, but inside of these tag compounds there are several strings and so on. The first one is attribute name, which is a name, the name of the attribute, how it's defined in-game. So in our case, it's possible to have follow range, maximum health, max health, knockback resistance, attack damage, movement speed, and zombie.spawn reinforcements. I'm going to put a list of them in the video description, so you can just look up this video and see everything as always. And then you're going to have a name, and this is not the name as it's going to be displayed on the tunic, but this is just a name for the game to know which attribute it is. You just input some random string. I just randomly hit my keyboard, and yeah, the next one is an UUID least, and this is just a double, which means it's a long number, and the first one should be negative and the UUID most should be positive, and these shouldn't be the same on different attributes, because else it would come to some bad duplicate errors. Just have them a random number, but there shouldn't be the same UUID least and the same UUID most at different attributes. So just make sure that you don't just copy paste it. Then the next one is operation, which is just a type of operation if the amount, which is in our case 4, gets added or multiplied. Multiplied would be 1, and another way of multiplied would be 2. I'm going to put a link for a video of Xisuma Void in the description. I hope I spelled you right, Xisuma. And yeah, in this video he explains everything about attributes and modifiers. I learned about them in that video too. And then you just close the tag compound, close the list, and close the final tag compound, which is this one, and you're done. This is everything you can do with the new custom MBT data system. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just look in the video description for all of the links, and see you in the next video. Bye!